Hi everyone, what's going on? This is Josh Krieger, host of Edge of NFT, live at TOKEN2049 here in Dubai, and this is part of a special Dubai roadshow sponsored by BitLayer. And I'm speaking today with Emmanuel Quezada of U-topia, also known to his friends and homies as EQ. What's going on, man?
Hello, brother. No, it's been crazy, but everything seems fine now.
Just to set the context, we thought the bear market was difficult, but then we experienced the worst flood in 25 years in Dubai.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I don't know if you can tell, we were trapped in a metro for 11 hours.
I slept on a couch because there were no taxis. The Hotel Armani, like they just put a blanket on me, almost like a kiss on my forehead and like, just chill. It was impossible in the last 24 hours. I was walking in the water. I was like,
Yeah, but now we're here. And
dry enough.
All is well, and I think there's a lot of excitement to talk about in the space and what you're doing with U-topia. But just to give everyone a little bit of context, Emmanuel is CEO and co-founder of U-topia ecosystem, and these guys are driving blockchain projects in GameFi, AI music, video entertainment such as Polyglot, and he's also worked with top brands such as HSBC, Coca-Cola, Danone, Catchbox, Sony, Netgear, and recently had an investment from GDA Capital. And for those that don't know about U-topia, it's a Web3 platform that enhances online safety and user control through advanced blockchain and AI focused on creating a secure internet environment, which is really cool. We have this show, Edge of NFT, we have another show, Edge of AI, so you're like crossing all these different intersections.
It's necessary, if you really want to bring utility, you need to touch different bases. And even if those are like fancy buzzwords, if you want to simplify, we're just a media Web3 entertainment company. Just that. And we try to touch as many verticals as we can.
Very cool. And so I'm from Boston originally, live in LA, and you're from Mexico?
I'm from Mexico, so I'm from originally from Chihuahua, like the dog.
Okay.
So, it's the biggest state of Mexico, and I started learning about crypto there, and then I've been traveling around the world, more than 20 countries now. So
Cool. And people may be familiar with your last name because of your brother, right?
Yeah. So Quezada, it's if you know a little bit about Mexico, the Quezada family has been in the politics for a while. We're part of the other Quezada family. My dad recently created a political party with my brother, and right now they're running for mayor of the biggest state of Mexico this year. And then by 2030, we're running for the presidency of Mexico.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Nice. And I guess it sounds like all of you are sort of aspiring towards making a big impact in the world. Clearly, that's sort of the theme of your family.
It is. So there's something called the hero complex. So
I've heard of it.
Yeah, you hear of it. So that's quite regular on the CEOs, and my family has been quite effective at creating a few heroes in the history of the whole blood lineage. And every single member of my family right now is trying to do something to save the world. And I choose Web3.
I love that. And I think there's a lot of impact possible here. It seems like you're really leaning into U-topia and how it enhances online safety, which is an important consideration as we move forward. We're beyond the point of return where everyone's clicking on everything. So how are you sort of doing that with blockchain and AI, and what's your vision of U-topia?
So I think that a little bit higher than this. My purpose in life, I found it when I was 21. It was pretty specific. I was pretty lucky to have that purpose in an early stage. It was save innocence. So I just wanted to save innocence, right? And where the most innocence comes from the children. So I say, okay, I want to protect the children. My skill set allows me to work a lot with people one-on-one, but as well allows me to think a little bit forward. And because I work with governments around the world, I say, okay, I think that I can regulate the internet for children. It's a very ambitious one. I was thinking to regulate Web2 internet. So when you're looking for my name, and I've been speaking to the governments around algorithms, how bad it is, social media, how impact the brain development of the children. But then I decide, no, Web3 is the way, because it's easier to regulate something that is not here yet than just clean all the past, right? So yeah, that's my main focus right now.
Beautiful. And sort of how is U-topia?
U-topia.
Let's repeat that. Beautiful. So how is U-topia sort of integrating NFTs with brands at this point in sort of the company's evolution?
First, the boring part. So I have a lot of knowledge around compliance and risk management. So I'm a paper guy. I like to read contracts, right? So we know how to create contracts for brands to feel comfortable jumping into the Web3. That's the number one. And the second one is that companies are actually incentivized to explore the new technologies. They want to be in the technology edge line because they know what that can make for their business. So because we're a really compliant company that works with governments and top brands, companies come at us, and depending on their needs or depending on the market, we develop a collaboration agreement to expand the product. So right now I cannot say much, but I have a sports partnership coming, the biggest one in the world. And basically we're doing an NFT collection with them. We're going to be broadcasting live matches. We're going to be doing 3D movements. We are going to be doing GameFi. So there is a lot of things that we do depending on the customer. So yeah, that's where.
Really exciting. Yeah, I mean, this is something we talk about on the show a lot. We've had everyone on from Adidas and Mercedes to Hennessy, and just interviewed Eric Poulier, the CEO of Atom, who did the campaign with Pepsi, right?
Oh, nice.
So we appreciate sort of the nuances of sort of getting brands involved and checking the boxes, dotting your I's, crossing your T's. Are they ready to get back into it? I know there was like a deep pause, at least in the United States, and we've seen sort of Paris fashion brands get excited about Web3. What's sort of the brand sort of disposition at this point in terms of the companies that you're talking to? How eager are they to jump back into the space?
Not that excited, I will say. There is a lot of pushback, especially from the companies that already experiment with the NFTs. I think that because the Web3 is not fully regulated yet, like we know this, the companies are still afraid to get involved with the Web3 agents, right? I don't blame them. There has been a lot of bad behavior around the Web3 because the lack of regulation. I don't blame the Web3, I don't blame the government, it's just two different speeds. But the brands are still uncertain. So I'm guessing that as soon as the brands find someone that they can trust on, someone that has more skin on the game, that's where they're like, okay, let's do it. Okay, I want to do a metaverse. Let's do a metaverse. I want to do GameFi. Let's do a GameFi. I want to do NFT. Let's do NFT. But they need to find the perfect match, and they need to do a lot of due diligence. So it's slow, and not everyone is capable to do that.
Cool, but certainly you mentioned one of the largest brands in the world you're about to work with, so it does sound like there's some, big leaders that are sort of paving the way for everyone else. So that's exciting. Let's touch on your efforts around internet security using Web3 for children. How does Web3 help solve that problem?
So there is a lot of problems. So the main problem is that kids are using internet, right? And the way that they're using the internet right now, it's
often without controls. A lot of parents are using apps now to control the time and the spot.
Do you have kids?
I don't.
You don't? Okay, but you have nephews or relatives.
It comes up a lot with new parents that I know.
Yeah, and you can see kids 2 years old touching an iPad, and you're just going straight full attention into that. You remove the iPad, and then you have a demon, right? A demon, that kids get super stressed because the technology, the interaction of kids and technology hasn't been studied enough, or at least has not been publicly studied enough. So something that we need to start doing is that we need to start getting conscious that the kids should be always exposed to technology, but on a safe environment. So what I discovered that is, and this is the main project that we're doing a wallet for children, because the wallet is the login of the Web3. If you control the login, you control the access. So if we can control, exactly, right? And if you want to work with the governments, you better control the access of or brands, you better control the access of the users. For example, right now we have Sandbox, right? Sandbox, I think that it should go more directed to the market, should be like younger generations. But in places like Dubai, right now we have Snoop Dogg World that has drugs and dancers, and I'm okay with that as an adult. But I don't know if the kids wants to see that, right? Or they have the Playboy World. I don't know if that is compliant enough for the children. But like if you control the access and you have all the metadata, and can be distributed, can be like full decentralized, blah, blah, blah. But if you have the access, you will be able to at least say to the kids, no, don't go there, you get it.
Very cool, very cool. And I guess in addition to that, you have a exclusive NFT drop that's going to work with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, is that correct?
It is correct. So right now we're matching Web3 communities with Web2 brands. So my partners, they've been doing this for years. And yeah, the Web3 communities, I think that they have a big value, but they need to have like some organization, right? So, but the biggest one that we can think of, it was the apes, because the apes are always been there. They're super like well structured. And actually we're doing an event right now, a yacht event with them. So yeah, pretty cool. So we grab existing apes and now we're matching it with brands. So right now we're dropping a radio station, AI radio station called BIYC.fm. The website is live. And as well, we're dropping an NFT collection with the food, bowl, pins, that I will not say which ones, and the Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? So I will gamify those NFTs in the combination, and later on we're going to bring the pudges, we're going to bring the doodles, the sukis, and we're just going to start mixing it and create fun games.
That sounds really exciting. And tell me a little bit more about your Ucoin sort of token. What's the utility? How does that work within your ecosystem?
100%. Great question. So just imagine that you are BlackRock, right? And someone comes at you and say, hey, can I do this NFT collection? Right now, I don't want to say this way because I might get enemies, but like I don't trust everyone. And even if I trust them, I don't know about the market. I don't know how unpredictable the market is or how the CEOs are going to behave or what is going to happen. So we had to create our own token, to create our own network, to create our own NFTs, so we can guarantee that our partners are in a safe ecosystem. And doesn't matter what happens in the outside, doesn't matter if the next big L1 crashes, our partners are safe, they're secure, and they have a good ecosystem.
Very cool, very cool.
That's a utility.
So we're in Dubai, Richard and I and our team are off to Riyadh for Outer Edge Riyadh, which will have happened before this podcast airs.
Yeah.
This is a really exciting region in my mind. How would you sort of characterize the UAE, and why is it important to U-topia?
I cannot see U-topia growing in any other area in the world. I'm not saying city, I'm not saying country, I'm saying area, right? I'm not Muslim, but these are Muslim countries, and they have great values for the families. They have amazing values from the families. So I believe that these people appreciate the kids, appreciates what is the future of the kids, and they're pushing the technology 24/7. They're pushing and pushing and pushing the technology, and they're always welcoming foreigners. So when you touch Dubai, you fall in love with Dubai, you don't move Dubai. That's what happens.
Very cool. This has been a fun chat. We'll have to chat more. It's great meeting you, and I think there's a lot of synergy with what we're up to and our values as well. Before we cut, we do have a fun segment. I want to roll through a couple questions with you. It's called Edge Quick Hitters. And this is where we grill our favorite Web3 heroes, like you mentioned, with some rapid fire questions. So, Emmanuel, up for the challenge?
I'm not. I didn't study. I wasn't aware of it, but okay, let's do it.
Perfect. That's what we like.
Okay.
All right. What's the first thing you remember ever purchasing in your life?
A perfume for my dad.
Okay, cool. And what's the first thing you remember ever selling in your life?
Chocolate. to my uncles.
Sold within the family. Was this for like a school thing or?
No.
Did you make it?
Yeah.
You made your own chocolate?
Yeah, the perfume. So I purchased the perfume with the chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was 4 years old. I wanted to give a gift to my dad. I say my mom, hey, can you purchase me chocolates? I go with my uncles, I start selling chocolates. But chocolates with the form of dogs. And yeah, I save enough money to give the perfume to my dad.
There you go. Like how to make something out of nothing. Really.
Yeah. It wasn't because my mom purchased the chocolate, but like, I was a business entrepreneur.
Yeah. Working out the deals.
Yeah.
If you could buy anything in the world, digital, physical, service, or experience, is currently for sale, what would it be?
Currently for sale, a country. There are a few countries on sale. There are small islands.
Yeah.
I will purchase a country.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out as long as you have a nice hotel on there and that I can eat at and it doesn't flood.
I like the idea of create a paradise. So yeah.
Cool. All right. 2 more questions. If you could pass on one of your personality traits to the next generation, what would it be?
Spiritualism. Yeah. We need to keep the values.
And if you could eliminate one of your personality traits for the next generation, what would it be?
Uncertainty.
Just go for it.
Yeah, just like move on is the future.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Well, this has been fun. Really excited to learn more about U-topia. I'm going to check it out after the show and dive a little deeper myself. Where can people go to learn more about what you're up to in the world?
Yeah, so U-topia, u-topia.com. That's our website. All our socials are there. u-topia.com. U-wallet, U-DAO, U-everything. Right, so everything that has a U at the beginning is us. So yeah, just check there. And but the most important message, can I just say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, we have the opportunity to create a new internet. That internet is not regulated. We need to work with governments. Everyone is a team. It's not about the money only. It's about like what is the next level of the internet. And if we don't work together, we're just going to create another big mess like the Web 2.
Right. Appreciate that. I couldn't agree more. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Josh.
We've reached the outer limit at the Edge of NFT for today. Thanks for exploring with us. We've got space for more adventures on the Starship, so invite your friends and recruit some cool strangers. They'll make this journey all so much better. How? If you're listening, go to Spotify or iTunes right now, rate us and say something awesome. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, join over 125,000 other followers by hitting the subscribe button, passing this episode on to a friend or two. Be sure to tune in next time for more great Web3 content. Thanks again for sharing this time with us today.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Josh.